Hey everybody, it is Paul with my channel Value Flips. I'm a part-time reseller, so I go to mainly thrift stores, estate sales, garage sales, and I look to flip things on eBay, Poshmark mainly, sometimes Facebook Marketplace. You're going to come thrifting with me, but before we go out, I'm going to share with you a few sales that I've had. Sales have been good as we head closer and closer towards Christmas. So I'm going to start you off with a Christmas sale. First up is this Hallmark 1999 Star Trek Deep Space Nine USS Rio Grande ornament, Christmas ornament. And I was able to test this. It works great. I got this at a Value Village about a week ago. I paid $6, ended up selling it for $25 plus shipping. Sold this Polar T34 transmitter. Don't know much about it. This was brand new sealed. I got a Salvation Army about 2 months ago. I paid $5 for it. I've sold this before. I ended up selling it for $26 plus shipping. So nice little flip. I got this Sunbeam Hotshot at a thrift store about 4 months ago. This is kind of a sleeper bolo. These sell pretty well. I paid $6 for it at a thrift store, ended up selling it for $35 plus shipping. It is a Sunbeam Hotshot. Put your hot water in the top here, hit the button, and you get hot water for tea in seconds. So it's just great little appliance. I actually have one of these at home. I use it almost every day for tea. So great flip. All right, guys, it's Paul, and we are out here hitting the thrift stores. And I start out at a Salvation Army, and I find this cool Eggo syrup dispenser from 2011. It's plastic. It's only $1.99, so that will be my first pickup. Not a high value item, but very neat item. Might have to use it for a while. And I see these rotisserie motors, and these do sell. The brand really matters here. The Napoleon ones I've sold before for some decent money. These ones were not worth much, so I put them back. And then I also saw this John Beswick older statue for $3, $2.99. I think there's some money to be made there. There's no chips on it, so I put that in my bag. This is a Fitz and Floyd's piece. Charming Tales. I looked it up. There really wasn't too many sales on this item, so I decided to put it back. I didn't really see any damage on it, which is rare. Usually intricate pieces like that, you'll find a lot of chips on there and whatnot. Keep checking out all the dishes. And then I head over to electronics. And I'm checking out these cameras, and you can tell this is a Canon PowerShot, but it is an older one. You see how thick and bulky it is? These are generally the older models, and they're not worth as much as the newer, slimmer ones. So put that back. I looked up this Olympus, and it's really selling for about $20 online. So again, some of the Olympuses can be worth $100, $200, but not that model. It's an old sewing machine, but that was a Singer brand. Some generic Wii accessories that were priced up. And that's a Dyson vacuum head that's been used and priced up. And no VCRs here today. Do take a look at this Ghetto Blaster, this Sony D10 Ghetto Blaster. And sorry, the camera angle, there we go. Doesn't catch it right away. It's not a fast mover, so, and it was very heavy. On the other end of the store, though, I do come across some brass. This is a brass sundial with two frogs on it for $7. Just needs to be cleaned up a bit. There's actually some solds for this item anywhere from $30 to $40. Made in Taiwan. It is a bit older. There's some work to do on it, or I can sell it as is. Do think there's some value there, so I do take that home with me. I'm checking out the toys. Let me know if you guys see anything worth some value. There's a weird Nerf gun that I couldn't find a price tag on it. I don't sell too many of those Nerf guns. I find it's pretty saturated on eBay, so I generally stay away unless they're really unique. I keep chugging along here. Keep moving along here in the Christmas section. This is a different Salvation Army now. These are kind of cute. It's a sectional tray. It's older. It's plastic. Only 49 cents. I will probably use this for myself. It definitely has a 90s look to it. Great condition. There's actually 4 of them. So I got that for $2. Looking for some Christmas gems in here. Along the junk wall, I see this Telemax phone. This is from the late 80s. It is faded, but Salvation Army only wants $7.99 for it, so $8. It looks to be in good condition, and no, I cannot test it in store, but I decide to take a chance on it because it is a somewhat rare phone. I take that. And then I am looking at some glass and some kitchenware. These are older TV tables. They're metal, metallic. They were priced, I believe, at $3 or $4 a piece. And these do sell, these older metallic trays. These ones had some condition issues. They had some rust marks, some scratches. And I decided to leave them for somebody else just because just too much work there, right? We always have to consider how much time it takes to process things. And if there's too much processing time, there's just no money to be made, right? Aha, and up here on this upper rack, there's a Lush Halloween tin that's not worth anything. And behind it was this. This is a 1981 American Greetings strawberry shortcake play cabinet for $3.99, $4. And there was something in the cupboard which I was pleasantly surprised to find. And you're going to have to wait to the haul to find out what was in there. But there was some goodies in there. And then I find in another row over this Scruples Millennium Edition for $5, which is sealed. This is kind of a weird game, somewhat rare. There's some solds around the $30, $40, and $50 mark on this item. So because it's new sealed, I, of course, take it. I will definitely pick it up if it is new sealed and it's got some sales history. So I take that. This is at a Value Village now. I saw this IKEA kind of Christmas tree lamp, and they wanted $10 for it. It would have been worth it, but it was missing the end cord, the plug. And IKEA is notorious for that. They have their older appliances have this kind of proprietary kind of cord end on it, so you always have to make sure the cord's there. So otherwise, that probably would have been something I would have grabbed. And I'm back in the kitchen section here, sniffing around the plastic. You see these older pizza plates. These are really cool. There was no price on them. Interesting design and artwork. Again, just plastic plates, most likely from the mid 90s. Pizza plates. Some of those do sell. You have to look them up. In the art section here, I do end up picking up two pieces. All right, guys, it is Paul here. I'm back home. I just wanted to do a little recap on the art that I got before we go to the main haul. So first up is this picture, and just to give you some, reasoning as to why I picked this up. So this was $10.99 at Value Village. It is done by an artist called Michael Bedard, and it's from 1983. This is a print or lithograph, so it's not obviously an original painting. This artist did lots of posters and whatnot back in the 70s and 80s. And this one is titled Insects, so INSEX. It just caught me as I was walking by. It looked really interesting and different. You can kind of see how it's well done. The corners are sharp on the corners of the print and whatnot. It struck me as being a little bit different. So, you can use Google Lens, look this stuff up, and sure enough, this is worth about $50. I'm probably going to list it for $60 and see if I can get a sale. There are some listed on eBay, and there is interest in it. There's been some sales, so nice little find there. And this is an Indigenous artist, and her name is Maxine Noel. And she's more popular in Canada because that's where she's from. So this, I paid $8.99 for this. This is beautifully framed. I will probably list it for $40 plus shipping and see if I get any interest on it. I'm not sure what the medium is. It looks like it might be a watercolor, but just beautiful pieces. So when you walk by stuff, guys, don't be afraid to look up the artist. I have sold some prints and a couple amateur paintings, and people do buy them. So always be looking and learning. That's how you're going to make the most money. All right, everybody, we're going to go over my findings of the last few days, some kind of cool items. Let's start over here. For $7, I got this. This is a brass made in Taiwan sundial. It's got two frogs on it. I've seen some solds around the $40 mark for it, so definitely something to be looking out for. Brass is really hot right now. A lot of brass items are in demand. Next to it is this phone, a Telemax phone. I paid $8 for it out of Salvation Army. It is from the late 80s, and I'm probably going to try and get at least $50 for it. Back here for $5, also at Salvation Army, I got the best of A Question of Scruples Millennium Edition. And their solds on this game anywhere from $30 to $50. Again, it's brand new sealed. It does have some damage here on the box, but I will note that in the listing. So I should be able to get anywhere from at least $30 for that. This is a figurine. It was $2.99, and it's a John Beswick studio sculpture from 84 or 83. So early 80s. It's in great condition. Again, I ran my finger along it, made sure there was no chips. I'm going to hope for $15 to $20 for this one. This is a cool item, this promotional Eggo syrup container. Paid $1.99 for it. It looks brand new. Solds on this, I've seen anywhere on Poshmark. There's some anywhere from 10 up to $30 or 25, 30 to, sorry, 10 to 15 to $20 on this one. So for $1.99, I just love the look of it. It's cool. I want to keep it, but I probably won't. Here is a remote. This is a JVC remote. I looked this up. This is high for me to pay for a remote, $2. But I looked it up, and it seems to be has a pretty good sell-through rate, and I should be able to easily get $20 for it. Here's a Stanley um, hand plane. I paid $10 for it. It is older. Was able to look up the model number in there, and there's some solds at the 30, the 40, and the $50 mark. So I'm going to try closer to 50, maybe 49.99 on it, because it does have, it's in pretty good condition. I mean, it has some marks, but hand planes, if you guys haven't sold any of these yet, these can be worth some decent money. I have sold some close to $100, so I'm always looking for these. Back here is something for personal use. This is an older kind of sectional candy, plastic candy tray. I got 4 of them and I paid 49 cents a piece for them. Probably going to keep that for personal use, although I might list them because these do sell for me sometimes. And this was really the find of the last few days. Just an awesome American Greetings early 1980s strawberry shortcake display cabinet, and a bunch of figurines. I've got 10 figurines in here. So that's what was hiding in here. If you guys saw me earlier in the video I was showing you, there was actually a bag in here, a Ziploc bag with these figures in here. And that's happened to me a few times with other toys, where you're looking at the outside of the toy and inside there's a bunch of figurines. I had that with Polly Pockets once, and I made, hundreds of dollars off that initial $10 investment. So this is a great thing to sell. I love selling these type of toys. I was not really familiar with strawberry shortcake, but there is quite the following for these figurines and whatnot. So I'm going to estimate, I paid $3.50 with my discount on this. I'm going to estimate I should be able to at least get $60, $70 for this setup. I mean, there is some label damage here. It is missing a piece in the front, but what a great find, nostalgic and whatnot. So thanks for coming along thrifting with me, guys. I appreciate you guys coming along. If you could like and subscribe, that'd be great. I hope you guys learned something that'll help you on your journey. And this is Paul signing out. We'll see you on the next one.